Hey guys, I'm just in the shop here working on a friend's bow, and I want to show you a quick tip for finding center shot. I've used this trick on dozens, if not 100 bows over the years, and you don't need any fancy lasers or anything. This is a really simple trick that will get your center shot as good as it needs to be for paper tuning. So here's my buddy's bow, and what I've done here is I take an Allen key, two of them, and I put one in the bottom limb bolt, one in the top limb bolt. But then I take one of these long stretchy elastic bands and I wrap it around both the top and the bottom, because the limb bolts are the true center of your bow. So then what you'll do is you got to make sure your stabilizer is off, because that will get in the way, obviously, of the elastic. But the elastic band now gives you a true center shot from the back end there. So what I do is I lift the launcher blade on the arrow rest there so that the arrow is sitting on the bow as it would at full draw, and I put it in between the elastic band. So what'll usually happen when you set up an arrow rest is you'll come and this will be way off to one side or the other. So what you'll want to do then is move your arrow rest, if I can get a good video of it here, to where you're not getting contact on either side. And you can see it looks like we're getting a little contact on the left side, but all that is the twist of the elastic. But getting it this close is all you need for paper tuning. So when I'm setting up an arrow rest, I'll do that. I will level it roughly in line with the burger buttonholes, and that's generally enough to get you started on paper tuning. I want to also point out here that on a well set up bow, what you'll end up with after doing this is your arrow dead center and your pins dead center as well. If you don't have your arrow rest set in center shot, what you'll end up with is your arrow rest pointing one way and your pins will be the other way. So if you do this and to check your bow and you see that your pins are not dead center, there is something wrong with the alignment of your bow, and you just got to take a step back and try to figure out what that might be. So what I'll do at this point is I will make note if there is a little bit of contact on that left side. For example, like we had here, there's just a touch of contact on that left side. I think it's just the twist of the elastic band, but I'll make note of that, because when I shoot through paper, if I'm noticing just a touch of a tear that would indicate that that is true contact and not just the twist of the elastic band, then I will make just a micro adjustment to get rid of that. Beyond that, this should shoot darn near a perfect bullet hole. And if you're not showing a good bullet hole that has some significant left-right variation, do not move your arrow rest. You know it's in center shot. You need to look at a different method, such as yoke tuning, which is my favorite method. If your bow can't be yoke tuned, you got to check your arrow spine. You've got to check your hand position. You got to check your cam timing, and then eventually you would work your way up towards something like shimming the cams, which is a bit of a last resort, but it will fix the problem. So that's my tip on how to find center shot. It works awesome and it's super simple.